Welcome back to Artisan. It is weekend, so it's Artisan. We are not going to sleep. We are going to close this window, and it's Sunday afternoon in game, and we have nothing to sell. We have no artworks, no crafts, nothing. We have lots of money though. So actually, we could go make the ultimate dress if we wanted to, though. Let's do it. For all the funsies. We basically made it in one sitting, so... We need 50,000. I'm gonna make my dress. Yeah. Okay, so we made all the dresses we can make. Let's go look at that new dress we made. Mod Dress 1. When worn outside, this flashy dress boosts renown. At work, it guards inspiration and lowers stress. So basically, it's awesome. So I like this one. She gets a funny hat. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to make ourselves some artwork and stuff to sell, basically. But we are going to go and sell our comics this Friday. I was thinking white, blue. Brown, black. Two B-grade artworks.
Oh, what time is it?
We're never getting those chops. Oh well. Black, pink. There's pink, blue, purple. Six grade C artworks. We make most money on artwork, so I might just skip crafts, really. Yep, this is all we're gonna do in this episode. Isn't it fun, though? Purple, white. Black, red. Olive, pink. Six C-grade artworks. Alright, how much art do we have now? Whoa! I like how technical went way outside. There was a little issue there. I was too quick. We have 2 B-grade artworks and 12 C-grade artworks. Cool. Sleep.
What time?
It's all the times. All the times. We also have technical nice level soon, so or level 7 soon, so purple, purple, pink, pink, white, brown. Blue, teal. 2 B-grade artworks, woo! We have stuff to sell on Saturday. Tentacle level 7, woo! Brown, black, is that so? Blue, olive. Red, purple. More B-grade artworks, awesome. So how much do we have now? 6 B grades and 12 C grades. That could work. Let's go and apply for jobs. Should we take some of these super easy ones? Yum, card calls for Yum Fun Books. Let's do it. Art for a bowling alley, why not?
Easy.
Yeah. So we have 150 comic books to sell. We're gonna go sell them, not in that dress though. We want to sell them in white boosts our renown. But we want to use that one when we work, and we want to sell things in kimonos. Let's look at this one, the heart dress. She gets heart goggles in the exact same shade as her hair. Like what? Well, that's cool. What do we do today then? Oh, we can go and see what Justin's doing in the park until it gets dark. You find Justin in very much the same situation as ever. This time, though, with a bright green balloon tied carefully round the neck of a mason jar sitting on the ground next to him. Inside the jar is a few quarters and at least one crumpled dollar bill. A folded piece of paper is taped to the outside of the jar with the word tips, written in a rather sloppy cursive hand. For a moment, you pause in wonderment at such weak penmanship. Not that he has ever claimed to be a letterist, but it is generally true that artists with any amount of classical leaning, will have very handsome handwriting, or at least the appearance of thought toward the forming of letters and an effort for straight and even spacing. That wondering is quickly dismissed with the sudden dawning of the sign's larger significance. You dig your wallet out of your purse. Though you never keep much money with you, what is left you place gently into the jar of your fellow suffering artist, who, apparently not notice you standing behind him up to this point, stops his work. Huh? Oh! I forgot the thing was still there. Thanks, but you really don't need to do that, Ellie. Oh, sorry, I forgot his accent. Oh, I forgot the thing was still there. Thanks, but you really don't need to do that, Ellie. No, fair's fair. I always enjoy watching you draw. I'm just sorry it's all I have. It's okay. I mean, we artists have to stick together, don't we? You're so funny. You can't apologize for giving only everything you have. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's not like it's really mine. There's this nice little old lady who walks a toy shih tzu out here. She always stops to talk and give me candy. A few days ago she asked me if the park pays me to do these drawings, or if I had a different sponsor. When I told her I just draw them for myself and the passers-by, she was really worried. She brought me this today, so I can save up and go to school. Isn't that cute? She was so serious though. I knew I'd really hurt her feelings if I didn't take it. But I think Debbie would be pretty upset if she saw me panhandling in the park. I don't think I'll bring it back tomorrow, but it was still really sweet of her. Oh, I see. Well, you can tell her someone used it once. That would make her happy. What if you say the money is from giving art lessons? That would be respectable. Art lessons? I don't give art lessons. I learned a lot watching you. I hope to do so nice on sidewalk drawing someday. Is that so? Well, I'd really enjoy getting to see your technique, and I sure wouldn't mind some help. Care to give it a try? Sure, I'm always glad to help. Oh gosh, I don't know. Awesome, this will be fun. Let's see. There's some pretty flowers on the border over here. Do you like drawing flora, Ellie? Justin takes the kneeling cushion he had been using and places it on a shady part of the sidewalk for you to sit upon. You had intended to be more helpful than you were, but it's a bit tricky to crawl over the ground like he does when you're wearing a frilly dress. And while you don't think of yourself as excessively small, you certainly don't have arm length enough to go across a whole sidewalk tile from a seated position, as he seems to. So you relegate yourself to a tiny area of very pretty flowers that can be easily reached and colored from your little pillow in the shade. It's hard but satisfying work. You're a bit concerned that your detailed drawing style doesn't blend as well as it should with his warm, impressionistic technique, but as every time you look up at him to gauge his satisfaction, he's grinning uncontrollably, you decide he must not mind it too badly, even if it is ridiculous. After a while, even sitting in the shade is not enough to fight off the heat, and you start to feel lightheaded. With no money left to buy water, you excuse yourself home. Oh, okay, if you need to get going. Which way's home? I'll take you. Thanks, but I'll be fine. It's only a 10-minute walk from here. Yeah, you really don't look like you have 10 minutes of anything left in you. Here, take my water bottle. Is that helping? It is, thanks. I can't believe I was silly enough to go walking without my water. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drink that much. I don't know, I think it is a little bit, maybe. Well, I'm sure you wouldn't have needed it if you hadn't stopped to help me with my drawing. You still look a bit shaky. There's an eatery just down this walkway a bit. We can get you something there, and you can rest up in the AC for a few minutes before heading back. I'm sure you'll have a much easier walk home then. But I don't have any money with me. Don't worry about it, I'm paying. We artists have to stick together, right? Besides, I made a pretty good tip earlier. He quickly gathers up his notebook and drawing supplies into his bag, while you manage to rise in a bit of an uneven stagger. He catches your arm without really saying anything, then you both start walking down the pathway. You try to think of something to break the rather sullen silence with, but are cut short in your attempt when Justin breathes a small sigh. I'm really sorry about all this. Chalk drawing honestly can be fun, but it's easy to get overheated if you aren't sure what you're doing. I should have been keeping a closer eye on you. Some art teacher I turned out to be. Not that you need the help, huh? You draw beautifully. It's really easy to see how someone like you can make art their profession. I hope I'll get to see you draw again sometime. Even if it's not on a sidewalk. I can't blame you for not wanting to try that again. Well, would you blame me if I did want to try a sidewalk drawing again? Oh, don't worry about me. I just need to remember to bring water next time. I'm really touched if you liked it, but I hope I can do better on my next one. Is that so? Well, I don't know how you could improve, but I'm no less eager to see you attempt it. It will be amazing, I'm sure. And I promise I'll take better care of my students, okay? So, what do you plan on drawing next time, Ellie? I think I'd draw the castle across the lake. It always did make me think of this park. A castle? Here? That building way over there? I guess it's a resort, but I used to dream it was a castle. Oh, that building! For a moment there, I thought someone added a putt-putt course into the park and forgot to tell me about it. What a drag. I had my evening planned out and everything. Still, that's a pretty cool thing to imagine. You mentioned to me once that you used to live here when you were little, right? I bet little Ellie must have made up some pretty exciting adventures about a castle in the park. That might be fun to try writing sometime. And I think I know exactly who the fussy village scholar would be. What are you doing? The scroll of basic spells for Cauldron is filed with Cauldron research, not basic spells. Get out. Oh gosh, I'm sure I have no idea what you mean by that. Can I be a traveling archer? I could fight monsters and stuff. And who would you be in this little village? Me? Well, it's not my story, Ellie, it's yours. Who would you say I am? I don't want to make a bad choice. What's your real-world dream job? I wish I knew. My drawing isn't strong enough to really make it to my profession. Commercial art's kind of a drag anyway. I'd never be more than just okay at it. I always used to want to be an author. I still love writing, and my uncle is always telling me I should have some of my stuff published. But I'm not sure I have what it takes. I guess I'll just keep helping out Dad when he needs it with the store. So I guess that would make me the village merchant. That's a fine thing to do, but you sound kind of sad about it. Your art is beautiful, but I know making a living of it can be tiresome and lonely. You'd be a great writer. You're clever, writing's so fun. It's a perfect fit for you. Fun? Wait a minute. I just hear you say you enjoy writing? Yes. I'm sorry, is that bad somehow? No, of course not. Writing is a lot of fun. But until now, I've only ever heard you address things as work, with varying degrees of merit and satisfaction, of course, but still always as work. This is the first time I've heard you say something was fun. You seem like one of those people who have talent for everything, so I'm sure you'd be a great writer. Why did you decide to be an artist then, Ellie? Well, because people buy paintings. I don't think people would buy books. I'm not talented at all, but I'm a better artist than a waitress, so here I am. I'm sorry, I know I'm not very much fun. Well, if it took spilling a few root beers for us to meet one day, then I'm grateful to the soft drink industry. But certainly, you're a very talented artist. A lot more so than I am, or at least equally talented by harder working. Of course, that would make me kind of a, well, no. You're just one of those lucky people the curious fates have bestowed every virtue upon. Seriously, if you really enjoy writing, it would do you good to take some time off from your normal work and just go for it. I'm sure you'll be great, and you might find a whole new career that could make you really happy. But even if it just put that sunny little smile back on your face, it would be worth doing, right? Maybe, someday. But for now, I can't risk the income and losing our home. And never seeing you again. Ellie. But just because I can't is no reason you shouldn't be an author. I hope you will. Oh my god, Cat. I'm sorry. I was hoping to cheer you up, but I think I said all the wrong things. In that case, how about a deal? Steal away a few minutes wherever you can, and finish a rough draft of whatever kind of book you enjoy writing. When you get it done, pick out whichever one of my books you like, and I'll submit it for publishing. Just promise you won't be disappointed if they flat out reject me, alright? So what do you think? Okay, it's a deal. Do you have to read my book too? Or can I just hide it somewhere? Ooh, we get to read one of your stories? Technically, you get to read as many of them as it takes to pick out one you like. Hopefully, there won't be too many. Ah, here we are. The lines aren't bad, so this shouldn't take long. Should I leave one of my notebooks with you while I go order? If I'm lucky, you'll have found a good one by the time I'm back with drinks. Justin returns with an assortment of food that looks just dissimilar enough to be the sort of thing you ate at your parents' restaurant to cause some hesitation. It's all very tasty, however, refreshingly light for someone who is more tired than hungry, though you make short work of your half, and, upon his insistence, a big part of Justin's. But perhaps he knows that a full stomach is key to a favorable review. His stories are smartly done, and written by hand in an old notebook. Though parts of the story, where the flow of ideas outpaced his ability to write them, were rushed and a bit difficult to make out. Those sections he reads to you. Finding his narration equally as charming as the stories themselves, you stay very quiet once he starts, in hopes he won't notice for himself when his penmanship had improved. Eventually the sky changes colors, and you must finally admit to it being late. He walks you home, both of you chatting about books, art, and planning your respective futures, of which, for the first time in a very long while, you actually feel you possess. Perhaps you have been working too hard. Time to go home. And because we wore this dress, we now got renown. Yeah, where are you gonna be, Cat? Okay. Just be careful with the microphone, please. There we go. Sit still for 2 seconds, please, animal. Okay. So Friday evening, we want to go out. We want to wear a dress which will help us with sales. We can wear this one right now. I don't know what we want to do, like, right now. I guess we could make some artwork or something. Just sort of make time flow. Oh, maybe we can actually check for a job post. Wait, do we have one? We have 2 applications. Okay, maybe not another one. Let's go make some artwork. Whee! Purple teal. Red white. Peach brown pink. Blue olive. Oh my gosh. Some B-grade art. Alright, cool. So, now is Friday night, which means that if we want to go sell our comic books, now is the time to do it. We shall sell them in our kimono. Let's choose that one. And let's go to the library. As you approach the library from the street corner, it seems just as quiet as you would expect a closed library to be on a Friday night. But Alan did say he'd meet you here, and he's not the kind to veer from a plan, let alone go back on his word. Ellie, how good to see you. You're here for the comic shop event tonight, I hope? I'd hate if you came all this way and end up with nothing but a closed library. Of course. If you're still going tonight, I'd love to come along. That's great. I'm just finishing up here. Let me go grab my keys and we'll be moving along. True to his word, in a matter of moments, you're both packed up and on your way downtown in Alan's funny little white car. It needs a name. The Alan-mobile! Perfect! You're satisfied now. There's something comforting about looking at out a car window. Even if you can't see much by the dim street lights, just the feeling of it reminds you of the summer road trips you used to take with your mom and dad. For a moment, it was almost like being home again before you left on this crazy adventure. Was it worth it? You missed them both so much sometimes. Obliging a red light in a completely empty intersection, Alan turns his attention briefly towards his passenger, who has grown very melancholy. A sympathetic hand on your shoulder and a concerned word after you... What? A sympathetic hand on your shoulder and a concerned word after you sets your mind back at ease. Huh? I don't really get that sentence, but okay. It's going to be worth it. You're going to be okay. Okay, here we are. Just find an empty table and have at it. They're free for local artists. I need to go talk to the manager to pick up my new books. Can I help you set up for anything first? Thanks, but I'm fine. Go enjoy your new books, but I hope you'll be back soon. Wait, is this music actually the game? I think so. I'm not sure. I think I can manage. Is it okay to sell something besides comics here? Alan nods and assures you that he'll return directly. You smile and set about fixing up your table in a way that looks smart to you. It's a relatively small crowd compared to an open-air art market, but the energy in the place feels twice as bright. About the time you're feeling settled, Alan returns in an anxious attitude, followed by an older gentleman of rather stout build. Ellie, this is Mr. Miller. He's the store manager. I showed him your book, and he says he would be interested in trying it out in the shop for a few issues. What? Really? I'm honored. Thank you, sir. Not at all. The privilege is entirely my own, Miss Ellie. You wrote a very good story, and the drawings are among the best I've seen in such a small run book. That and it being the work of a hometown artist, how could I say no? But Alan, you never told me your friend was so pretty. It's no wonder we don't see you around here as much as we used to. I believe I said I was busy preparing for school this time of the year, didn't I? Sorry, Ellie. One of this man's many hobbies seems to include embarrassing me at every possible occasion. I'm sure he means no disrespect to you by it. But I thought your benefit of an opportunity was worth opening myself to a few snide remarks. I'm very happy for you. Alan, you paint me so meanly to the poor girl. Rest assured, my dear, I'm no villain, and I'm glad your friend here did take the chance to introduce you. I'm certain this will be a good opportunity for us both. Just bring whatever of your new and old books you have available with you when you come to our Artist Alley events here, and I'll buy what we need for stock in this and our other stores. I will, thank you both so much. Other stores? As Mr. Miller has his hands full running the counter, he asks if you would mind discussing the details of this arrangement after the event to settle down. You agree, and return to the commissions you've already accepted. Alan takes the chair next to you. He seems altogether pleased with himself, but says nothing more about it, turning his attention instead to some sort of paper. It amazes you how completely natural he seems in a place as noisy as this store. Perhaps it's a good break from the library for him. As for you, you enjoy the charged atmosphere and only regret that you perhaps would have gotten more work done if you hadn't been so busy meeting smiles and chatting. But it did incline a few people to stop and buy something, so fiscally anyway, maybe that's also almost as good as drawing. Okay, that was actually from the game. Huh. The event is starting to wind down, and so are you. Alan seems pretty well awake, though, when he taps you on your shoulder to ask if... you're ready to go home. Given that your latest drawing has a person with their left hand on their right arm, you agree that it's probably time for you to turn in. You settle accounts with Mr. Miller, whose genteel regard for your every weary state is only matched by the puckish glee he gets from scolding Alan for keeping you out so late, and further still for letting you carry the bags to the car while he stands arguing. It's an uneventful trip back, and you apparently nod off once or twice, because another gentle tap on the shoulder startles you awake in the driveway of your little house, with your things already carried to your front door. Concerned that you might fall into the flower box if left unaided, Alan walks you to your door. You thank him for his attention, and, now satisfied to see you safely inside, he bids you good night and heads home himself. Time for bed. We sold lots of artwork and 29 comics. And we got a job. Whee! So that's what happens at the comic book store on Friday nights. Now it is Saturday. So if we want to, we can go sell our B-grade artworks at the park. Let's go do that. In our red kimono. It's Saturday. We sold 3 B-grade artworks for $525, so we can actually go there again and try to sell some more of our B-grade artworks, I think. Methinks. Here we go. Oh, I think there was actually a different text there than last time. Oh well, we'll read it next time. Maybe because we leveled up social and renown or something. Yeah, we'll have to look at that next time we go. I'll read a bit more carefully.
What time is it?
And we'll see if there's anything else interesting that they're saying there. Just wear that one if we're gonna do some work. Let's go do the work we got, basically. We have 2 days to complete it, so probably a good idea.
That went well.
Whee! Sunday. I think the museum is closed, right? Yeah. Well, we should stop anyways now, so or take a break or whatever. So that was today's episode. Lots of stuff's happening these 2 last episodes. Some that were not intended and some that were intended. But you know, sort of like life, I guess. But thank you very much for watching and for enjoying Artisan with me. It's so much fun to play every single time. And I'm sorry if I read too fast sometimes. And yeah, I'll see you later.